Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business in the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
Merch Informer is the #1 research program for Merch by Amazon. You can do niche research by BSRs, keywords, and even by merchant brand names at your fingertips. You can explore historical data to see exactly what strategies the top sellers are using to succeed. Merch Informer was designed to help streamline your research process and help organize your ideas. Head over to merchinformer.com for a free 3-day trial, and after that, it's just $19.99 per month. Use the coupon code MERCHMINDS for 15% off the entire order. Merch Minds podcast episode number 94. My name is Glen, YouTube channel Hustler Hacks. Yong is here, fresh. Did you get a haircut?
I did get a haircut.
Man, looking slick, looking smooth.
Man, looking so fresh and so clean.
Yes, sir. How's your week been?
Week's been good. Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. Weekend was really mellow, and yeah, the week was good. And we can go over the numbers, and I'll tell you why the week was good. So I'll start off. My last 7 days, 101 shirts sold, 3 returns, product purchase $1,988.23, estimated royalty $417.93. Now, remember, a week ago it was like 280.
And it was rough out there.
So within 1 week, it went from 280 up to 417, and today's been average, but yesterday was solid. So things are looking good. How are your numbers?
Let's see. Last 7 days, 176 products sold, 4 returns. Estimated royalties $601.03.
601. Nice.
Yeah.
So yours is getting higher too, sounds like.
Yeah, it's coming up. Maybe that August Q4 prep, people are spending money again.
People are spending money. Technically, a lot of kids are back in school,
which is good. Yeah, send those kids to school.
Get them their education.
I know, that's exactly what they need.
The hell is wrong with them? Trying to be YouTube stars. Who they think they are? Hustler hacks? What the hell is going on? Apologies. Last week, apparently we had technical issues. Did you know this?
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, actually, 2 apologies. Number 1, this show is a little late.
It is a little late. We normally
it's supposed to come out yesterday, but
yeah, but we'll get into why it's a day late. But yeah, so apologies. We were having some technical issues. I personally think it was freaking RJ. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he started coming out looking like Predator and stuff. It just threw off the whole video.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it was RJ.
But we did
have some issues last week. We apologize. But yeah, did you know that?
I didn't even know until I went through it again. And I was like, oh man, what happened here? But it's kind of funny because when we were recording it, it was just running like normal. We didn't go through, because most of the time if we record it and then someone starts freezing or lagging, like we already know when we have to redo things or schedule something else. But in this case,
there was nothing on our end that indicated that there was any technical issues.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, again, because of technology, stuff like this happened.
And
RJ. But thanks to the listeners for letting us know. Hopefully maybe we can get these guys back on and we can have a better conversation without any issues.
Oh, they let us know.
Was it them?
You said thanks for the listeners for letting us know. Oh yeah, they let us know.
Oh yeah, they sure did. Freaking inbox was blowing up, man. Man, it's like you guys are addicted to the show or something. What the hell is going on? Let's see. Yeah, so we're a day late. And the reason being was Glen was out of town. Where'd you go, Glen?
So I went to Atlanta, Georgia, the Peach
Hot
State.
Atlanta.
Yeah, so I was it was cool. We had me and Ken, we did like a workshop on Saturday. We went to go sourcing and all that as usual. I also was able to see my cousin in South Carolina, so that was pretty cool.
Wait. Yeah, so you went so you went to Atlanta, but did you drive up to South Carolina?
Yeah, we drove to go
Okay.
sourcing a little bit, and it was pretty dry up there as far as the finds go. It's South Carolina area, but seeing my cousin was worth it. But
Okay.
it's,
How often do you see your cousin?
maybe like once a year or something. Because
Okay. Dude, I you know what's crazy is I have cousins I've never even met before.
where do they live?
South Korea.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I have cousins I've never met. I have one cousin I met one time, and that's when she was like 17. She lives in Los Angeles somewhere, and yeah, it was really awkward. I can tell that she was really just weird about it because like, obviously I'm a stranger,
Yeah.
right? And I was trying to convince her, no, hey, you know how my personality is, right? Hey, man, we're cousins. And she was just like, stranger danger. What the hell's going on? Who are you? So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I have cousins I never even met. But yeah, so you were in Atlanta, cool place, huh?
Yeah, Atlanta's pretty cool, and
I
just
like it out there, man. I like it
yeah,
out there.
yeah, I
I
like
was
it
out
too.
there a couple of years ago and hung out with Bash. Remember Bash?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh man, you should have hooked up with Bash, man. Yeah,
Oh
we
man.
had a great time. But did you check out Olympic Park?
No, we didn't.
Okay, yeah. You know, it's one of those things where it's just it's nothing extravagant, but it's a part of Olympic history.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
uh, yeah,
96, right?
I don't
I
remember.
think it was Atlanta in
I
96.
would love to go back to Atlanta one of these days, though. You flew, right?
Mm-hmm. I had to
Dude,
stop in Dallas and then Atlanta. I never get direct flights anywhere because El Paso is just random.
hey,
So,
isn't that airport a mess?
oh yeah, that Atlanta one's
That
like,
Atlanta
I only have
airport
to
is
do
like,
construction right now too,
oh
which
my God, it's like one of the worst airports in my opinion, as far as just a lot of people and everything spread out, right?
everything's like,
You gotta take that train. What do you call
mhm.
those? The train, the tram, or whatever. And
Yep.
yeah, that airport's a mess.
Yeah, you gotta get there super early if
So
you don't know
cool,
what you're
man.
doing.
How'd your workshop go?
It was good. So we limited it to 25. It was like 25 at $25. It was like 3 or 4 hours long. Or no, 3 hours, I think. And turnout was good. The venue was good, but it was a little hard, I think, for people to find. So people
Mm,
were running late. Like, I don't know where this is, because it's kind of like all the offices look the same.
mm.
So we put our banner, all that stuff out, and then people found it later on, but people were running a little bit late. But we like that, and it seemed like people also like having kind of like when we did ours. Like it's more exclusive and kind of smaller.
You're small, more intimate. You
Yeah,
get
people
to
get
interact with everyone.
more like one-on-one time and ask questions and things rather than just like a big, like
Right.
75, 100 people. People just kind of like, it's kind of like general info and everybody's here. I think it's
Yeah.
better when it's kind of like, a smaller group. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And I guess that's a good segue into the Seattle conference. So that's coming up in a few weeks. You and I, we need to sit down at some point. We need to figure out what we're going to talk about. I'm assuming people want to hear us talk about design
Yeah. That,
because we're always talking about how important good design is.
mhm.
Um, so I'm assuming that's what people want to hear from us. Uh, I mean, we can talk some mindset stuff, but as you guys know, I don't really believe in all that crazy nonsense, Gary V, crazy stuff. I think we should just all get off our asses and just work. That's my philosophy. But yeah. So maybe you and I at some point, well, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
figure out what the hell we're gonna talk about. What I'm confused is, are we supposed to be on the stage at the same time, or are we back to back? I don't know. Maybe this is something we should ask Ken or Chris.
Yeah, we should probably find that out. But I think it's the same time. I mean,
Okay.
Merch Minds podcast, and we're just kind of both
Because
do
when Chris
design.
asked me, it almost sounded like we were supposed to be up there at the same time, which is cool, man. Hey,
Yeah.
if you want to hog the spotlight, like always, the freaking minute I get something, some interest, Glenn comes along and as famous as he is, he just hogs up the spotlight. I get it, man. Whatever. I don't mind though. Okay, I don't mind. So yeah, dude, 100 episodes. That's 6 weeks away.
Is it gonna be right on? If
So
not, we have to make it right on time.
well, so here's the thing. So I looked at the calendar. The 100th episode is the week after Seattle.
Oh no, we got to push more episodes out.
Wait, were you gonna put out two episodes in 1 week?
So we can make it right on time. 100.
Um, but but we are gonna hit a milestone. Look, 2 years, close to 2 years. Would you have ever imagined that we'd be doing this podcast for 2 years?
No, sir.
Oh
After we talk
man.
about it, merch at the time wasn't even certain anyway, so we didn't really know what was going on, and there was no other merch podcasts. So
Yeah, well, we didn't even know what we were doing in the beginning.
we still barely kind of.
We still don't know what the hell we're doing. You got technical issues and oh man, we got all kinds of problems. But 100 episodes. We should do something special, man. We should do like a giveaway or something.
Yeah.
We'll do something. We might have some guests. I don't know. We'll figure something out for you guys. Yeah, I mean, if you want, we can definitely do the 100th episode in Seattle. We just have to somehow make it work. We'll figure it out, unless we just skip episode 99. Just go from like 98 to 100.
Yeah,
What do you think?
we'll have to figure that out.
We'll figure something out.
If it has to be done, it will be done.
Yeah. So good news on my part. I hired a student
Okay.
at San Jose State University. Posted in the Facebook group that I'm a part of for San Jose State design program. And the cool thing is this is her first year at San Jose State, so I have her for 4 years. So what I did was I posted in the group. She responded. We messaged each other back and forth. Met up over the weekend, and she's already put out some designs for me over the weekend. She does great work. I'm more than satisfied. There were a couple of designs that she submitted, had to have her revised and stuff.
Mhm.
But look, no one's perfect, right?
Yeah.
But she's putting out really, really, really good work. I'm really happy with the results. But this is what I told her, man. I was like, look, your studies come first. I know this is your first job ever. She's only like 17, 18. What is she, like 17, 18? Somewhere around there, right? Like I said, this is going to be her first year going into San Jose State. I even talked to her mom.
Yeah.
I was like, look, her studies come first. Don't let her focus get sidetracked because all of a sudden she's making money. Her studies come first, and then whenever she has time, that's when she should be working on designs. And she's been producing, man. I'm really happy. And again, I got her for the next 4 years, unless she decides to do the BFA program. I think that's another year. Who knows?
Yeah.
Basically, I have her for 4 years. Unless she decides to quit or I decide to fire her, who knows?
Or she makes her own merch account and starts building her own stuff.
Yeah, she doesn't even know about merch. That's the thing. Nobody knows about merch, right? We do this podcast. We talk about it on YouTube. No one still knows about merch.
And then the people that are in merch are like, man, there's too many people here.
People at Amazon don't even know about merch.
Well, that's true. We know that.
Right? But yeah, so she's putting out really good work. I'm paying her $10 a design. And, it's funny. It's because I told someone in the community that I had found a person, and I'm paying her $10 a design. His response was, "Oh my gosh, you're paying so much." But look, I've been saying this for the past 2 years now. I don't have a problem paying for stuff, especially when I know that they're a real designer and they're putting out quality stuff. I don't have a problem. I'm not. I hate picking on RJ. RJ, you're my boy, but I'm not doing the whole $3 stuff from the Philippines. I've tried it. I told you guys last week that it was all the other applicants was all clip art stuff. That's not what I'm
Oh,
looking
yeah.
for. Um, so so I'm really happy with her right now. I just want to make sure that I take care of her. And what's going on with your merch account? Are you uploading everything?
No, I mean, I barely got out of
Well,
town
yeah. I mean,
yesterday.
you just
Yeah,
got
yeah.
back.
But I am, I started with just kind of like the ideas on what I want to work on. I really want to just try to get that rush in, especially before I need to try to get a good amount of shirts in by like late next month, probably even like right before the conference or something, to try to get as much as possible before I just go into Q4 mode, whether it's going to be FBA or even the eBay side, with the shoe stuff. Because that's been doing really, really good. But I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, with merch and having their, a lot of shirts in stock, or they're going to run out. But I'd rather just have like a good upload and rush, right on time. And a lot of people have also, we didn't really talk about it, but a lot of people just got tiered up, which it seemed like they did that across the board, right?
Well, I think a lot of people got tiered up because of the reason,
The UK and all that.
the whole topic that we can't talk about, which is obviously the UK. And here we are talking about it.
I thought you said we could talk about that.
Dude, we gotta. No, it said in the email we're not supposed to talk about it, which I don't understand why.
No, the other thing.
Dude, no, the email said dude, it said it in bold letters. Do not talk about the content of this email, but it doesn't make sense because the stuff that was in the email was just general stuff. I mean, it wasn't like it had any exclusive announcements. So I don't know why we're not allowed to talk about it. But hey, it's not our rules. And the same thing with collab. It was the same thing. They said I'm not supposed to talk about the content of the email. But again, I mean, it wasn't anything exclusive.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we don't make the rules. But
what'd you get tiered up to?
6,000.
Okay.
6,000. And I'm uploading every day.
Okay.
There's no way in hell I'm uploading 500 designs a day, though. I'm doing. I think yesterday. Was it yesterday or Sunday? I did like 30 or 40 uploads. That's about the most, man. There's no way I'm going to sit in front of my computer that long every day trying to freaking do 100, 200, 300 designs a day. Pop sockets, they're selling for me. How about you?
Let me check. That's a good question.
In fact, I posted in the group yesterday. Was it yesterday or earlier today? That in my top 10 sellers, 2 of them are pop sockets. So they're selling. So anyone out there who's on the fence about uploading or selling pop sockets, I would say just do it. Okay.
See, pop sockets. Sold a couple. Got one return on one.
Interesting.
A little bit of sales. I just have one shirt that's doing really, really good right now.
Okay.
That's really kind of carrying it, but the rest pop sockets, here and there.
Okay. Yeah, they're definitely selling for me. So anyone that's on the fence, just like if you have the slots, just upload it onto to the pop sockets. Before we get into today's topic, just wanted to ask you, you think merch is too saturated right now? I just want your opinion.
I say no.
No? You don't think so?
No.
What do you think needs to happen in order to bring our numbers up?
Same thing as far as like, for sure. Well, in my case, for sure, uploading, because I haven't even done that. But I think just playing the numbers game more than anything. I mean, you at the time that you had really, really grown it, and having low uploads was also quality designs. But I think to play the game like Bo has, which we haven't interviewed him, he's really playing the numbers game and getting insane amount of uploads per day. And especially with the tier levels, I mean, everybody kind of like you moved up to 6,000. It's kind of like putting as many I guess shirts as possible in your tier level and keep going and going and going, but also knowing that it's a long term. It's not going to happen easily, and yeah, just have to keep pumping out more designs.
Interesting.
I mean, you could do the local merch thing too, which is working for people, but
dude, I gave up on that, man.
Whatever's working.
I told you guys what happened last week. I'm not doing that stuff, man. It's not that I'm against it. It's just I think I got frustrated when the guy took my idea and decided to go with the local printer. So maybe at some point I'll revisit it. Yeah, it definitely does work. In fact, I see a lot of people in Mike Wall's group finding success. In fact, I just read, I think it was yesterday, some guy just signed up with a bar and grill, and they have 3 locations. And so he's going to be supplying all 3 locations with t-shirts. How cool is that? Yeah, so it does work. Cool. It's a lot of work.
Which is like with anything, it's going to be a lot of work, no matter what. Any way you approach merch, it's going to take work.
I just got disappointed because I got a verbal freaking agreement, and then he decides to go the other way. But yeah, at some point I'll definitely revisit local merch. I got other things that I'm working on right now, which we'll talk about, which is essentially CreateSpace. And I know we talked about this in the past, but we never really talked about it in depth, right? And so if you guys don't know by now what CreateSpace is, it's pretty much the hot topic right now. Everyone's doing it. It's basically Amazon's print on demand for books. Originally, it was for authors to self-publish their books on Amazon, but then content creators like Glen and myself, we've been able to get on there and publish journals, blank journals, right? Yeah. And you and I, we took a course. So I went back and I looked. So we took that course back in. It wasn't even a course. She didn't even have a course back then. No. It was a personal one-on-one training that we did with her back in late January. We paid her $100 each. Dude, you know what? I thought about this. We paid her $100 each, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her course was $97. She owes us like $3 each. I'm serious, man.
I knew this was gonna happen.
You ever think about that?
I don't even remember how much we paid her.
Yeah, we paid her $100 each, and then she comes out with a course, $97. I want my $3, man.
All right, so Kelly, if you're listening,
yeah, PayPal us. PayPal us. Obviously we're joking, man. We love Kelly. Yeah, so that was back in late January. I didn't start submitting. I know you haven't even touched it, but I started submitting titles 2 months ago. I've seen some mediocre results. I'm not uploading as much as I should, obviously, but I know Kelly has a group, and there's a lot of people in there. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but there's a few people in there. They're already doing like $1,000 a month. So there's definitely potential there. So this is something that we're going to talk about. What do you think about CreateSpace?
I mean, I think that it's kind of weird. So I kind of want to go back a little bit. I mean, number one, people might ask, like, why are we talking about this if it's a merch podcast? The thing is, we're
print on demand.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a print on demand podcast. So we have also talked about, some of the other platforms that are out there. But with CreateSpace, I kind of want to even go back to the beginning, even when a lot of like Kindle publishing and things like that first kind of got popular. And during that time, I was like, wait, so people are making digital books. And I was kind of on the fence. I was like, I don't know. And then I started to kind of get into it more and more, did more research, trying to see, who was kind of successful in it, what they were doing. So then I created my own books. I know you did as well. And this was like Kindle publishing. And some were through also CreateSpace. if they wanted to get a printed version and things like that. And I did get sales, but of how much like time and effort and work that was going into it, of like
It was such
finding,
it was just a hot mess.
like a writer, coming up with, good topics and something that, people would actually want to read, not just pumping out random stuff, and making sure the content was good, proofreading, graphic designing the cover, making sure that was good. And then also, some sort of like promotion and marketing too, like buying this book. If you're going to buy a set, you can buy the next one, and leading people into that. And it was like, I was like, man, this is a lot of work for selling, digital books at
freaking $6.99 book. Yeah, it was a lot of work.
And
it was a lot of channels to go through.
Yeah. And right then and there I knew like this was not for me. Like I definitely did not want to do this. I enjoyed where I was like on eBay and YouTube, but then, and FBA. And then once merch came out, like I slowly kind of let go of FBA. I was still just doing it a little bit here and there. And then I just went into the merch side and then completely left any of the CreateSpace Kindle publishing stuff. I just left it there, never looked back. And then it kind of resurfaced again, but this time a totally different, I guess like twist to the content, which really changed it. And that's what
it changed everything. It made the whole process easier. The only thing, my only complaint is right now, the CreateSpace backend, the dashboard,
is still very old school.
It's so old, man. It's like they haven't updated apparently in like years. And the whole process, it takes like, maybe I'm exaggerating, 5 minutes per title, right?
Yeah.
And not to plug Jacob Bates, but I'm going to plug him anyway. He came out with this Chrome extension that really, really reduces your upload time, in my opinion, by 30-40%. So that's been really helpful. But it has everyone really excited because it's so fresh, right? So I mean, again, CreateSpace, it's been around for a long time, but it's fresh in the sense that that we can, like you said, in the past you would have to either write your own book or hire a ghostwriter, hire an editor, do this, get your freaking document I don't know, formatted to upload. It was just a cluster mess. I'm trying not to curse these days. I almost cussed there. But it was just a complete mess. But I mean, like with the journal publishing now, it's like you pretty much just, so as we talked about in the past, I've been using my shirt designs as for my covers. And then for the interior, there's some templates you can download off the internet. I've been making some and passing them out to the community for free, and I have some that I'm selling for dirt cheap. But so I've been doing that, and hey, look, I sold 15 journals last month, but again, considering the amount of work that I've done, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So there's definitely potential. So let me ask you, man. So you took the training with Kelli, but you haven't uploaded anything yet.
Yeah.
What's holding you back?
I think I'd rather grow merch, actually.
Yeah.
I'd rather grow merch, and I'd rather do that. And I guess also with pop sockets, and of course the other part that you said we're not supposed to talk about. I think it's just on its way into like, I think we're just barely getting started with merch. And I know a lot of people are kind of frustrated with it as far as like maybe not getting the numbers or maybe that it's oversaturated, but I think merch still has a long way to go.
Oh no. You know what? Look, merch is going through their growing pains. I get it, right? But here's the and look, I'm completely on. Look, CreateSpace is number 2 for me right now. Merch is always going to be number 1. That's going to always be my primary focus. So it's not like I'm giving up on merch, but I've been so disappointed, and I've been talking about this probably for the past month now. Like my numbers have tanked so much that I need to do something else. in order to meet my goals.
Mhm.
And right now, merch is not supplying me the type of numbers that I want. So I got to do other things. And I think this is a good platform for other people because, again, there's no rule that I know of. Maybe I'm watch. There probably is a freaking rule, and people are like, "Oh, you lying son of a." Um, there's no rule that I know of that says you can't use your shirt designs for your covers on Amazon.
Yeah,
I
no, there should. I don't think there should be. I mean, if you're the single
yeah,
owner and you're the designer, I mean,
I do know that CreateSpace recently came out with a new rule saying you can only upload no more than 25 titles per day.
oh, okay, that's interesting.
Well, I think it was because some people were uploading like kind of like on merch, they were just doing like hundreds and hundreds per day, and apparently the staff at CreateSpace just getting bogged down with um, the popularity of CreateSpace all of a sudden, so they had to really limit how many titles you can upload per day. Makes sense, but
Yeah.
but there's even rumors that CreateSpace at some point is going to merge with KDP, right?
Uh-huh.
Again, I don't know. I'm not the expert here. Obviously, Kelly Roberts is someone that she trained us, so she would have more answers than we would. So there's even that. But I think it's a good platform, and I think everyone should at some point look into it because look, it's. I mean, why not? Like, why wouldn't you? Right? If you have the time to upload just 10 titles per day on CreateSpace at the end of like after one full calendar year, that's like over 3,000 titles, right?
Yeah.
Kelly told me she has 4,800 titles and she's doing consistently $6,000 a month,
Yeah, she's a beast.
right? So if you guys commit to just 10 titles per day for one calendar year, imagine the possibilities, right? Obviously, it's going to be different for everyone. Some might be making 5,000 a year. I mean 5,000 a month, or others could be making 500 a month. But it's another opportunity. That's something that I'm looking into. Uh, our buddy Stephen Billing, you know him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hire his son to resize my titles.
Oh, okay.
So my T-shirt designs, because you have to resize it to
Yeah.
the format for CreateSpace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hire him, pay him $1 per cover, and have him do. And I told him the same thing. Look, man, your studies come first. And I told Steven, I was like, look, make sure he gets his studies done, because I don't want to take him away from any of that. I'm like, this is just. I'm like, you're responsible for that, Steven.
Yeah.
Make sure he gets his studies done because I really really do want the kids um, um, to focus on their education first, and then the money that I'm paying them, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so that's something that I'm definitely um, doing. Um, Something that I'm kind of excited about. Um, what are your thoughts, man? What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna go back to like the question that I get the most, which is how do I deal with time management and different things like that? And the answer is by not doing new things that I don't really, not necessarily don't care about, but if it's not, I'm not going to go into something else if I haven't mastered the first ones yet. And that's what I would
Hmm.
recommend more than anything.
And
So
you
it's
don't
like,
think and you don't think you've mastered merch yet?
no, I still have a lot. I think I still have a lot of more, I guess, potential to do with merch. And I feel like I can still grow that more. Like 2,000 to 3,000 a month is good, but 4,000 to 5,000, I think is like really what I would want to be at compared to what I'm doing with eBay and YouTube
Hmm.
and the rest of that. So that's where I would like to be at. So I don't feel like I'm totally there potential wise. Um, but like when I did eBay, I felt like I had already mastered that as far as like what I was already doing. It was kind of like the same things over and over again. So I
Right.
brought on YouTube and I took on that challenge and then did that. And then after I got kind of like, a pattern in on YouTube, like when I could upload videos or whatever, I was like, all right, well, let me try FBA because I felt like I was good on eBay. I could do the YouTube part. Can I handle another platform and do that? And it worked. But then over time, you also have to figure out, okay, well, how can I grow each one of those and to balance them? And of course, that gets a little tough. But in this case, I just think that if you're really doing good on something, then focus on that and build that up 110%.
Oh, absolutely. Right. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. And if you're kind of like, that looks kind of cool, might be something for me, then try it because you're
Yeah.
never going to know unless you try it. But if you feel and you know yourself, you know what I have now, I know I need to focus on this. I don't really want a new thing in, then don't do it. But I think you really have to know yourself and what you're capable of doing and not just going into shiny things because you're like, oh, hey, look at this. Let me try that. Let me do that. Because
Mhm.
you're not going to end up doing anything because there's so many different things around you.
Yeah.
So I could see, both sides, whether you want to do it or
No,
you.
and you know what? And I've said this 100 times. I fall into that category of, you know, uh, uh, trying to do the latest and greatest thing that's available to us, but at the same time, with merch being it's just so frustrating, right? Because they just have so much control. Things are changing, and I know things are changing for the better, but it's look. Here's the thing: my royalties went from freaking 3,000 a month to is literally cut in half, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you have $10 and I took $5 away from you, you're gonna be disappointed, right?
Yeah.
That's half, right? So I just got so frustrated, um, and I feel like my goal of doing, and as we discussed, my ultimate goal is to do 10, but my goal of doing 5,000 on merch, it seems like I'm so close, and then when I'm close, Amazon just pulls back and makes it, it's like they're teasing me, right? Look, he's getting close. Let's pull back a little bit, and it's just like, man, look, it's been 2 years, and it's rough. It's gotten saturated, in my opinion. Um, and again, I'm not quitting merch. Like I said, that's my priority. I'm having a lot of fun on merch. I met a lot of people, built a lot of relationships doing merch. I mean, we're going to Seattle, for crying out loud, for the second year in a row, and this year we're doing the presentation. So I love merch, but at the same time, I gotta make up that $1,500 difference that I've lost since Amazon made those changes. And I think CreateSpace is a good option for me because I'm already leveraging the same designs for the covers. So I think, and at the end of the day, what do I have to lose? I'm just 10 covers a day. That'll take me less than an hour, right? Uh, just know how to do time management, and I think if you can do that, you know, one full calendar year, just commit to 10. And I think you might be surprised at what you can do, seriously, and how much money you can make.
Yeah. And I mean, I get that. I mean, merch is frustrating, especially if you've been doing it for a while and it feels kind of old and you need something to keep you busy and refresh. Then, I mean, I totally see that too. And that goes for everybody, not just us. Because what I like about it, I mean, even the podcast, we've said that like when our numbers are crappy or when we are frustrated
Oh
or
yeah, dude.
things like that. I mean, we're not gurus out here that just be like, man, we're just the kings of everything.
Exactly.
And we just
No,
make 6 figures
we've
doing
look,
nothing.
when Glenn and I first did the podcast, what we said in the beginning was like we want to be transparent. We shared all our numbers from the very first episode, right? From the very first episode, we shared our numbers every single week. The only thing that we haven't done is shared our designs.
Yeah.
Seriously, right? I mean, but other than that, we shared everything: our strategy, our numbers. Uh, like I said, I even brought my damn CPA on board a few weeks ago. Um, and like nobody does that. Like we've been transparent about everything, and it's frustrating. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely looking into CreateSpace. So that's what we want to talk about this week, because I know a lot of people are jumping ship and going on to CreateSpace.
I've heard people that are just quitting merch entirely, and they're just like, I'm just gonna do CreateSpace, and they let me know too that they're
Did you
just,
actually hear that? You got
yeah, they're
messages?
just like, I'm done with merch. Like, I didn't find any results. I'm not really interested anymore.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, people have told me.
Huh, interesting. I would say don't quit. I would say just use the same damn designs from merch and put them on CreateSpace and just do both.
Yeah, I agree in that too.
That's what I would say. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much what we want to talk about, because there's been a lot of talk about CreateSpace, and we just really wanted to talk in depth about it. What we thought, what I'm doing, what Glen's doing, or for this matter, what he's not doing on CreateSpace. Um, so, um, any more trips lined up for you other than Seattle coming up in the
Um,
next 3-4 weeks?
so I will, yeah, Seattle one is one that's really coming up, next month, late next month already. Then after that is Ecom Chicago. So if you're in Chicago, you want to go to that conference. I know me, Chris Green, and Jason T. Smith, some other people will be there.
Oh,
If you're
Jason's
interested
gonna
in
be there.
that,
All right,
yeah,
cool.
so if you're interested in that, Ecom Chicago, you can go to, I think it's like ecomchicago.com, or you can just Google search it, you'll find it there.
Hmm.
I think that's pretty much the main one. I don't know anything else yet, but we'll see.
Cool. Other than that, let's see. I might be, well, I might be going back up to East Oregon Labor Day weekend. We'll see. Um, and if I do, I'll try and let people know if I'm going to be driving through their town. I don't know, man. There's nothing out there, man. It's East Oregon. But other than that, man, hey, great show. Welcome back. Um,
And how
again,
about this?
guys,
How about in the comments? So if you're watching it on YouTube, let us know in the comments. Are you switching entirely to CreateSpace? Are you going to do both? Or are you just focusing on merch? Let me know in the comments. And
let us know.
yeah, we'll talk about it next episode too. We'll just kind of maybe in the beginning, a little intro, just what people think and their opinions on it. And yeah, let us know.
Cool, man. Where can people find you?
Hustlerhacks1@gmail.com. If you want to email me, ask me whatever you want. And Hustlerhacks on YouTube.
And you guys can email me at yong@geekhustle.com, or just tag me on Facebook.
All right, we're done. See you next week.
Yes, sir.